Hello guys, how's it going? This is Alina and today we're gonna talk about how I'm feeling and my plans, and we're gonna talk about the situation that I'm having right now. But first, if you not subscribed, please subscribe my channel, give me a thumbs up, and let's be friends, and leave a comment down below. Let's get it started. So as you guys know, I had a miscarriage with side attack about 4 weeks ago. Because I had a miscarriage, my baby stopped growing at 6 weeks, and I had a miscarriage with side attack at about 10 weeks. So I'm currently 25 days past my miscarriage. Technically it's 26, but the day when I took side attack, I just did not calculate that day because I think that it is not right. The baby was still inside until late, like early afternoon. So I started taking not taking anything, I just started calculating my days right after, like the very next day after I took side attack. So I'm 25 days past my miscarriage with side attack, and things are a little bit crazy. Like, first is I'm taking treatment for yeast infection. Yes, I got an yeast infection and it was horrible. Yeah, the experience is not that good. I don't even remember when I had yeast infection last time. I believe when I was pregnant with Ashley, which is 6 years ago. But I'm not sure exactly. I don't even remember. So I would say I had it long time ago. Maybe 10 years ago. Like approximately. I do not even remember what it feels like. But when I was about 6 days past miscarriage with side attack, I started feeling its TMI a little bit itchy down there, but not where the sensitive tissue is, not inside, mostly outside. So where your hair grow, you know. Okay, so I was thinking, like, first I was thinking, okay, this is just irritation because I've been using so many pads, like everything, like huge big ones, and this is just irritation. Once I stop using everything, it's gonna go away, like eventually, you know. But I stopped using everything and it got worse, like even worse than it was. And I'm like, oh, it's probably a yeast infection, but like this is a very slim chance that I'm gonna develop it. Like I don't want to think about it. And now I'm thinking that this is irritation and it's gonna go away. I was using hydrocortisone 1% and it got better. It got better. You know, when you have yeast infection, like if it's like really itchy with other symptoms, you're like, okay, this is 100% yeast infection. But when it's kind of not really itchy, kind of a little discomfort down there, you think that it's probably not yeast infection. So at about 3 weeks, when I was 3 weeks past my miscarriage, I went to the pharmacy and I took 1-day treatment. It's like a pill that you put inside, and it's like an ointment, like cream or something, to use like outside. So which I did, 1-day treatment, and I was using that cream, and like nothing worked properly. I would say it did work, definitely, just kind of a bit, but not a lot. And I was like, okay, what's going on with me? Like, I did treatment and it's still there. Like, what could it be? And by that time we had just one intercourse like, sorry about that. And I gave the same cream to my husband because I started thinking like, okay, what if he got infected? Because I know that males are like, basically they're not sick, they're just carriers and they can transfer it to the partner easily. And I'm like, okay, probably he needs a cream. I gave it to him. He was using it for 3 or 5 days or so. And like, he was fine. He had no symptoms. But me personally, I still had some itchy symptoms down there. So, and yeah, my appointment came, it was over the phone appointment 3 days ago, and I spoke with my doctor. We discussed some HCG results, and I spoke with the doctor that, you know, it's kind of something like itchy down there. And she's like, oh yeah, you probably have an yeast infection, and which is happens. I will give you 2 pills. You take one today and the second one in 3 days, and it's gonna go away. And I'm like, oh, I don't think that this is yeast infection, because I was using 1-day treatment. And so she said 1-day treatment is never not enough. So 1-day treatment is just waste of money. And she gave me those pills with my insurance. I went to the pharmacy, I took the pills, I took one right away, and like literally 12 hours later, the symptoms were gone. But she said, okay, even if you feel like better, please keep taking pills, take the second one just to make sure. So I'm good with this right now. There is nothing, but if you guys going something similar right now, just to let you know that it's a possibility that you're gonna develop yeast infection, and it's totally fine. Just please do not use 1-day treatment. It never works, or like barely works in some cases. Just do what you think is the best, or go to see the doctor is the best option. So the second thing, we discussed my ACG results, and she said that my second ACG was, which is the last one by then, was 19. It dropped from 5,000 when I was pregnant to 19, which is amazing. And today I had my third blood work. After that, they're gonna call me probably next week with the results, and hopefully it is back to 0. Okay, the ultrasound is not ready yet, which is confusing because I had it a week ago and they told me right away that you are good, there is nothing in there. So the kids came to the room. So the problem is that I have mucus with blood, not a lot of blood, just pinkish discharge in my mucus since yesterday. Not a lot, but when I wipe sometimes I do have pinkish discharge. But the problem is that today is cycle day 25, which is 25 days past my miscarriage, and no ovulation still. Like, no, like I do have some symptoms, but not a lot. And this is my ovulation test from today, and you see the second line is, it's almost nothing in there. It's definitely there, but it's not that dark. So right now I need to figure out the situation with my ACG, ultrasound, and blood in my mucus, with ovulation, and like, oh, it's just a lot, like so many things, and it is very confusing because I was about to ovulate. I had symptoms, mucus, I felt my follicles growing, and it just like never happens. Like, So what's going on? So I'm gonna update you guys. I'm gonna keep you guys updated, and if you go something similar, I'm with you. I know how hard it is, and it is definitely hard, like maybe the hardest situation ever, but hopefully we're gonna ovulate soon, and we're gonna have our rainbow babies in our arms sooner than later. So I will keep you guys updated. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's be friends. Bye guys.